Try Miss Laura. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Miss Becky. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. All right, let's thank our sponsors this morning.
We have Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Burley Wealth Management.
All right, wonderful. And by phone, we do have Janice Stillman with us. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning. Great to talk to you.
Absolutely. This is from the one of my favorite, the Old Farmer's Almanac Garden Guide, and this is the vegetable, flowers, houseplants, herbs, and more.
Yay!
Inspiration, aspiration, house ideas for everybody, whether indoors, outdoors, upstairs, downstairs, whatever the case. Buckets, pots, plots, whatever.
Buckets, pots. I love that.
I love it.
Love that. Well, we decided, I believe your last name is pronounced Stillman, but we say there could be Tillman, right?
I think it's very...
You're right with the S, Stillman.
Yeah. But we thought, sorry, we were thinking Tillman. We thought that would be fun. You see what I'm saying? Being in gardening, Tillman.
Sorry, yes.
I'm sorry. We're trying to be funny this morning, okay? It's a stretch, but we were having fun with it. So glad to have you with us. And let's jump right in here because we all have spring fever around here. We've had some beautiful days. And then now we are supposed to be getting some snow, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But we have seen all kinds of beautiful buds going on around here from the daffodils.
Yes, Easter lilies are...
Yes. So tell us what's going on and give us some information about this. Are we on target for all of our planting?
Oh, I would say so, sure. I mean, planting season is right around the corner. Spring doesn't actually arrive until, March 20th, I think, thereabouts. And so we're really ahead of season, but it's a good time to plan, a good time to start to sketch out your garden, think about what you want to do. And as you said, the bulbs are popping, all the spring bulbs are starting to show up, and that, of course, gets everybody in the spirit. And if you're going to do vegetables, we've got some great tips on beginner vegetables, or if you maybe didn't have such a great success last year, and you just want some guidance on how to make it work better this year, things like pay attention to the soil. We get hundreds of questions every year from folks around the country, whether it's through our channels on the website, almanac.com, phone calls, letters, and the basic problem that most people have is poor soil. It's not suited to the plants they're growing. So you want to use compost, aged manures, animal manure, like from farm animals and like that. Organic fertilizers, if you must. Some of the seaweed fertilizers are some of the best. But prepare your soil satisfactorily. Really make it the best soil you can. And don't be as picky about the variety of vegetable, for example, if you're going to grow those, because it's really all about the soil. It's beneficial to flowers and herbs and fruits as well. But, of course, so many people grow vegetables. And, of course, the most popular vegetable is tomato. Is there anybody out there who does not grow tomatoes? I don't know.
No, we don't want to know. We don't want to know that. No, we know everybody grows a tomato.
Absolutely.
Exactly. It's the best thing. It's really the easiest thing if, again, your soil is properly prepared. And we have some tips. We looked into our archives to see what some folks were doing in the past, because everybody's got a tomato story, failure, success, whatever the case may be. And we found that several people we have talked to over the years have grown literally hundreds of pounds of tomatoes, and we have some of their secrets. And one woman uses 2 Maalox tabs, a fistful of hair, and Maalox, right, and eggshells. Those are among the ingredients that she puts into every hole when she plants a tomato. So just a couple of things to think about there. If you're experienced, we've got some advice on lichinto, kale, things that will really be ornamental in your garden. Brussels sprouts, you can get some purple sprouts these days. Speaking of purple asparagus, of course you want to give that its own bed because it's a perennial. It will come back year after year. But decorative vegetables, so if you're planting something in the front yard and you want to just spruce up the flowers, put in some architectural looking edibles, we've got some ideas for you here. I'd like to remind folks, too, that we have a Vegetable Gardener's Handbook, which will tell you everything you need to know about growing edibles, vegetables in particular, of course. And just out this spring is the Flower Gardener's Handbook, available on almanac.com/store and soon to be in stores across the country. So we're out there with folks, supporting them, whether you're growing ornamentals or edibles. And, we've gotten rave reviews about the books up till now. So with those books and or the Garden Guide, the annual, which is like a book, it lasts forever. It's got guidance in here that'll carry you through a lifetime, never mind a season. So, just so many ideas if you're growing vines to cover up or to create shade. We've got annuals and perennials both as suggestions. For example, if you want to grow along a fence, chain link fence, you want to cover up a post or something, a tree stump, maybe an arbor, different ideas, flowering and not flowering, all kinds of things. In the home, if you want to put plants in any room, in every room, we've got several great ideas for those too. House plants, something different, you know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a pothos or, you know, an all green or a nice fern, but we've got some different ideas that really add character to an environment. So we spend about a year putting this publication together, and as I say, we make it to last forever, but certainly to get folks going at this time of year in the garden.
Exactly. Well, and I'm so glad, you know, when you touched on the soil, because, and what a blessing we've got coming up, like our FFA, our 4-H, they really like their soil judging. They're learning all about soil, because that's the thing, you know, you hear some like I'll be in meetings or something and someone will talk about plants and someone will say, oh, I don't have a green thumb. Well, you might have a green thumb, but it could be the soil. And that's something that a lot of times people will take that there's something wrong with what they're doing, but it's not that, it's the soil they're trying to grow their plants in.
If you can get a brown thumb, you'll probably be able to get a green thumb. So get your hands in the soil and really mix it up. And again, consider your pH. There are test kits that you can get for very little money at the garden stores to test the pH of your soil, or go to the local co-op extension and they'll do a detailed analysis of your soil. But go get some animal manure, cow, horse, chicken, bunny, and make sure it's aged. You want to set it aside for about a year. I know that sounds, I'm not saying get it now and set it aside, but get some aged manure. Lots of farming environments will provide it. You can get it in bags at the garden stores, but really it all begins and ends with the soil.
Right. For those that actually have got clay soil, you know, that clay is hard to deal with. What should they do with that? How do you deal with such a situation like that?
It's an excellent question, actually. It goes back to get some compost, animal manure, and mix it up. You want to go down about 10 to 15 inches. And no, you only have to do this once, so, you know, trust me on this one. But you want to break up the soil so that you have some water-retaining elements in there, and that's what the compost is going to be. And it's also going to bring some of the important nutrients to the soil that otherwise just get washed through clay. So you want to break that up. You create a raised bed. In fact, if your soil you think is too bad and and it's too much trouble, make a raised bed and put your best soil, your compost and your animal manures, and in your raised bed, and test that with your pH. Get your acid test. Make sure you can balance that. It's not hard. You either add some lime or some the word escapes me, but there's go to a garden, they'll tell you what to mix in to alter your pH. But it can be done. In pots, grow in pots. You have fewer weeds. Make sure it's deep enough. For example, if you want to grow carrots, which are going to grow down, of course, or even tomatoes, which like about 18 inches beneath them, or grow peas, and you don't need a deep pot at all because they're relatively shallow rooted. Try some potatoes in a bucket. That's great fun. We've got some information on doing that on almanac.com. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do. No matter whether you have pots or plots, no matter how much space you have, you do need some sunshine, of course. But get out there and try. We've got some advice on growing herbs, something small and delicious, and you can use several times a week. Once they get going, you can pick them and throw them into your kitchen, into your dishes in the kitchen when you're cooking. There's so many ways that anybody can get involved in gardening. We've got fruit in pots, blueberries, for example. And strawberries are very popular, and we've got a couple other ideas. Pears, how to grow no pucker persimmons, things that you can grow and put on your patio. Lemons, always fun. You can indeed grow lemons. So again, we recommend the variety. We tell you what you need to do to make it happen, and provide you pictures that I hope will get you to the end and give you the same satisfaction.
I love this. Now, okay, we got to do a little bit of backtrack here. When you're talking no pucker persimmons, are you talking like a persimmon tree, or are you talking a plant or something that you can grow?
A tree gets 60 feet tall, so you can grow one of these. Yes, so it's something that you can have in your property. I think you can get dwarf ones actually also for pots. Look around, but there's a new variety, the Japanese persimmon. Is self-pollinating, grows about 25 feet, so actually this would be in the ground, needs no spraying, and is seedless. so you can eat the entire fruit. It's the size, shape, and color of a tomato and combines the flavors of cantaloupe, honey, and pear. So give it a try. I think you'll love it.
I love that. What about potatoes? That to me is one of the harder because you have to dig it in the ground and then do you have any tips on and then making sure you know exactly where you put them and where they're going to be and draw, like you said, draw a map out, right?
Right, and this is potatoes. So you want to dig a trench and you want to fit in your baby potatoes, your pieces with an eye. You want to make sure each piece has an eye. And then you cover it up a little bit, and as it grows up, you'll continue to see it once it gets started. It takes maybe up to, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most, probably, to get the potatoes started. Check your pH on the potatoes, too, because they don't want it too sweet. And then as they come up, you just keep hilling the soil. They call it pushing the soil up against the stem of the plant with the leaves, and it'll come up, and then it'll produce little white flowers, lovely flowers, maybe get to be a couple of feet tall. And once the flowers fade, once they start to pass, then you start to reach down into the soil and find your potatoes. I've grown potatoes a few times. I don't do it every year, but it is one of the most fun things. Sure, you can pull carrots out of the ground, and it's very gratifying, but there's something about treasure hunting in the soil for the potatoes because you really never know exactly where they are. They're at the end of the root, and it just, whether they're full-fisted size or whether they're the small ones like golf ball size, it's really great fun. And there's nothing like them to eat. It's nothing like right out of the ground potatoes.
Yeah. I'm just laughing because I'm glad that I'm not the only one on the treasure hunt whenever I'm looking for them. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to make it it's definitely a game for sure in my house.
And you want to use it in your hands mostly, because if you stick a shovel in and you slice the potato in half, you'll be crushed. So you just want to do it gently with your hands and turn it over. Of course, the soil will be loose anyway because you need to dig the trench and you have to prepare the soil that way. So the potatoes need some loose soil so they can push into it. If the soil's too firm and too hard, then of course it'll get stumped. But don't use a shovel. Use your hands. Gloves on is of course the best recommendation too.
Yeah, we Laura and I had this discussion the other day. Do you wear gloves when you're out, or do you throw the gloves after a little while?
Me, I like the gloves. A nice tight-fitting glove so I can actually get a good grip on things and fine-tune my reach.
Right. Maybe that's our problem.
Yeah, that's
some tight-fitting gloves.
All right, and when you're looking around your house and you're trying to figure out like maybe some things you would like to do, some plants and maybe the raised beds, the raised gardens are just to me gold, because then you don't have to do all of that other stuff.
We use those at the nursing homes for our residents, and the ones in the wheelchairs especially love it because they can still help garden. It still gives them, a sense of normalcy as much as possible.
Love that. Yeah. And I saw where they've taken baby pools, like you get a plastic baby pool and puts a little bit of holes in it and made raised gardens out of that too for children.
That's an excellent idea, and don't forget the holes, like you pointed out, because you want the drainage. If you don't put the drainage in, then it'll get all mushy and muddy, and the water has nowhere to go. So, sure, that would be a great opportunity to grow lettuces, for example, maybe some peas, possibly some beans, bush beans. But there you go. It's a ready-made raised bed for all intents and purposes.
Exactly. No, but around the house, though, which is the best side of the house? Do you want the north, south, east, or west area to usually grow? Which grows better when you're talking about your household?
You want 6 to 8 hours of sun, so it's probably going to be the south side. Because, for example, if it's the north side and once the sun comes around and casts a shadow in the backyard, you don't want your garden in the shadow. East is maybe okay, depends on what kind of exposure you've got, because, of course, the sun rises in the east, but you're not going to get the hot afternoon sun if, indeed, again, there's a shadow cast by a tree or a building or something like that. So the south is the best direction you can have, south-facing. And then when you put your plants in, you want to put the higher plants toward the back so that they don't shade. If you put them in the front, they'll end up shading up, for example, all of your lettuces and your low things. So you want to put your vines in the back of your garden and the top end, if you will, of the south-facing bed.
Very interesting. And of course, then if you did do let's say that you did the plastic pool, you could almost rotate it. I mean, right? Like if it starts growing, towards the sun more, so you could rotate it around, I guess.
If you can move it, if it's not too heavy. But another alternative to that is use smaller containers and put them in a children's wheel bucket wagon, or a wheelbarrow, and then push the container into the sun. So people do that sometimes too.
And we've had several of the flowering, and we have had different people on talking about flowers and stuff. And something else too, and I think, and you probably agree with this, Janice, we forget is also to do a little bit of stretching before you go outside and do all this work.
Oh, definitely, yes, because you have some soreness, some aches and pains, maybe from bending and crouching and reaching and picking different things up, especially those 30-pound bags of soil. So yeah, do a little exercise around the house. Do it before you actually go out every day, and stretch a little bit when you come back in as well, because it takes the fun out of it if you don't feel good, if you're hurting. But there's such a thing, I believe, in the good pain, the kind of pain that makes you really feel like you're alive and you're actually moving things. But you don't want to be so uncomfortable that you don't want to go out again after the first day.
Right. And I don't know, Janice, if you've heard this, but we've got schools in our community that they're actually, there's classes that are growing like tomatoes and lettuce, and they're doing, and then they're serving that as their meals, which with their lunches. I thought that was awesome.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Lots of schools are doing that. We've got some up here in the New Hampshire area too, where you drive by and you see the raised beds right outside the school. Yeah. The kids don't know where food comes from.
Right.
So this is really helping them to understand that and really appreciate and the fun and magic of growing food. I mean, you ask them, oftentimes they'll say that food comes from the grocery store, but they don't understand just how things grow. And it is rather miraculous, let's face it, when you give a child or show them a tiny seed or even a pumpkin or a squash seed that's maybe as big as a fingernail, and they realize that something comes from this that they can actually see grow and pick and eat in just a matter of a few months.
Right. Yeah, and it is cool. And also it, saves a little bit of money, you know what I mean? If you're also, you're growing it yourself. So
oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, it tastes better, tastes different than what you often buy in the store. Something maybe like a farmer's market is comparable, but you do save a few cents. You might have to get going, but if you have a good season and you really enjoy gardening, the likelihood of whatever you invest this year will be doubly better next year, because you'll be ready to go all over again. So it's not a one-time thing. If you put a little money into it this year, then plan to do it on and on and on. Rotate your plants, by the way. We've got some guidance on that on Almanac.com, because you don't want to plant the same things in the same place every year. Same goes for pots and containers. You want to change up the soil. But a little bit of investment will get you a long way. And it's fun to do. It's fun to see it happen. And it gives you a lot to talk about. You'd be amazed at how many people can chat it up about plants.
Oh, definitely. Well, and it's yeah. And, you learn from others too. I love, when you can have those conversations, like what kind of tomatoes, someone uses or what they grew, it's always learning, and it's always a good topic to talk about.
Yeah, it is. And it's right there. It's immediate. It's something you can do yourself. You can adapt. You've probably got tips, and you learn things as you go along. Mm-hmm. And it's just a nice conversation starter.
Yeah. But what's some of your favorite? I know we've been talking a lot about vegetables. I had a question and it left me, so I'm trying to. Maybe it'll come back around, so I might jump back to the vegetables. But what about the flowers? Like, what's your favorite kind of flowers to grow? What are pretty easy to not kill, I guess?
Well, when people ask me that, I'm the worst person, because I had somebody come to my yard and I said, what can I do? I need to introduce some colors. She said, what do you like? I said, I like everything, because I learned so much doing this book, The Garden Guide, and also the Old Farmer's Almanac, and of course responding to folks on the website. I see so much, I can't make a choice, so I'm not a good one to ask. I love the spring bulbs. I love the hydrangeas. I like geraniums when they're, well behaved. Yeah. So I'm not a good person to ask that question, but there are so many, you walk through a nursery, and if you see something you like, buy it, make it work in your space, whether it needs the sun or the shade. If it survives for the season, fine. If it's meant to last longer, then, so much the better. So it's just a hard decision for me. It always has been.
Yeah. I was one of those until like just recently. I was one of those that like I would kind of pick out my color every year, and I would change it. I'd go pinks, reds, or yellows. Each year I'd kind of go back and forth, and then I would stay with that kind of color theme. And then I've lately been mixing the different colors, and I really like them mixed.
From time to time, you'll fall in love with all blues, for example, as you say, all pinks, and then that's the beauty of gardening too. If you've got some perennials that you love, your favorite color, then you can mix in some annuals, and you can change the colors up that way from year to year. There's so many options. I have to admit, I fall into that category as well. I was changing my yard, it seemed, every couple of years, making work for myself, truly. And I continue to do it. It's just a bad habit. I've got a spot on a corner that I pulled out Russian sage, one of my favorites. It's this spectacularly large and tiny purple flowers on these narrow branch type pieces that spring up and curl all over the place, but it was spreading. And I kind of got fed up with the spread last fall, and I pulled it all out. Now I'm thinking I should just go back and get another piece and start small again and try to contain it. But, whether it's colors or textures or shapes, it's just the beauty of gardening. There's so many options, so many ways you can change it up.
Absolutely. And, and then you're talking about the plants that get kind of bossy. I get, I'm not really, I have some bossy ones that are, that can take over. Have you ever heard of lamb's ear? I don't know what the actual real name is. That's what we call it. Lamb's ear.
Yep, nice.
Boy, that stuff that'll hop over. that will go anywhere it wants to go.
And bleeding heart?
Yes.
Bleeding heart is this almost like a small bush, a small shrub, where it's got the heart-shaped flowers with the white bit that drips off the bottom of them. They come up every spring. They jump around as well. Those I love. I love them to jump as much as they can because they stand about 2 feet tall. Yeah. They fill the pathway all spring. And then they just go back into the soil and come back. But as they spread, they come up more and more, and it's less work for me trying to fill the space in. So, again, there are just so many options out there.
Right. And, and I'm sure you're excited, and I know I am too, and I know Laura is too, that like with our rose bushes and some of the different flowers, they're coming up with new colors all the time.
Oh, roses. Yeah, I've not had luck with roses, I have to admit. I know there are several types and easy care and different descriptions, and I've just never had really good luck with them. So anybody that does, I salute you.
Okay.
Hey, we're winning today,
I
Becky.
know, we're winning. I'm going to call you every day. You just tell me that I'm getting saluted over here for my rose bushes. Yeah, I do love the roses, and I love the different colors. So I'm all about it, and I'm chomping at the bit right now because I'm ready to start. When you start having some nice days, and of course, our Walmart right across the street, they're showing us all kinds of spring stuff, so we're all ready to get spring started for sure.
I think everybody around the country is really, and we're getting ready to get a little more snow here in New Hampshire.
We are too. That's where we're at too tonight. We'll be reminded tonight about exactly where we're at.
It's not quite springtime
yet.
Not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we'll be looking to water plants later and having to, run the hose and say, oh, I wish we had some rain or some moisture, so we're getting some moisture in the soil. But, the days are longer, the temperature's up overall. Yeah. It's a great time.
Definitely. You are awesome. Okay, and we love the book, the garden guide from the Old Farmer's Almanac, which I'm a huge fan of, and we have so many listeners that are completely, they go by that almanac. I mean, they read it, very faithfully. But you said a website, and you said you even respond with people. So how does everyone get that opportunity to talk with you?
Well, thank you to everybody out there for us. We appreciate that you enjoy the Almanac. We aim to make it useful with a pleasant degree of humor. So, but we welcome you all to the website almanac.com. And you'll find on just about every page there's a red button down near the bottom left, I believe it is, but that's a feedback channel where you can ask us questions, and we get them distributed through the web team on a regular basis. And if you're looking at vegetables or flowers or herbs or anything else, or even recipes, you'll find options at the bottom of the page to ask questions. You can find comments and questions. other users, and maybe you'll get your answer there. We go in and check those pages on a regular basis as well, and respond to them directly with the information that, so far as we know, give you the right answer that put you in the right direction. So we're here 24/7, 365, and in a way, around here at the Almanac, it's gardening season all year round.
I love that. I remember the question I was going to ask. I thought it was funny, and I learned this the hard way. But you can't grow a pumpkin in July. Have you ever been told that before?
Do you mean you can't start it, or what do you mean?
No, you will get, if you go try to grow an inside pumpkin or an outside pumpkin in July, you'll get the vines, but you won't get the actual, so you start in June. If you want a pumpkin in July, you'll say June, July, you cannot grow a pumpkin. You'll get the vines, but the bloom will not take place.
Yeah, they generally are long-term plants, so you want to look at the seed packet or the tag on the start of the seedling that you get and see how much time it needs. A lot of people start those kinds of plants indoors anytime now, actually, 4 to 6 weeks before growing season. And so you get them started indoors, and when you put them out in the ground around Memorial Day or whenever the soil temperature is right, and that's something to be careful of. You don't want to put something in cold ground. It will kill it. But yes, it does need, right here, I don't have it at hand, but it could be as much as 120 days. So you're right, you cannot grow it in July, but it will grow through July if you get it started at the right time.
Well, I heard I couldn't get the bloom. So I had the vines, but it would not bloom. It grew beautiful vines, but it wouldn't do the bloom. And I heard she was a lady she's a gardener and she said God doesn't want it to bloom yet. She said, and so therefore the pumpkins do not bloom at this time. So I was like, okay. So I just got some fake pumpkins and used my real vines and went that route. So.
Well, it sounds like probably nobody knew the difference.
Yeah, no, it was, nobody thumped my fake pumpkins. You're right. Well, you're awesome, Janice. Keep up the great work, and thank you for talking with us this morning. And we are like you are too. We're all due for some snow tonight, but it's nice to think spring, and definitely the catalogs are coming in, all of the seed catalogs, and I love to look at that. Of course, I read your almanac all the time, and so definitely start getting, kind of like you said, this is time to start drawing out, ideas, seeing if you want to try something different and what route you want to go with.
Exactly right. It's been terrific to talk to you both, Rebecca and Laura. So I hope you all get the garden that you want this year. And again, come back to us and let us know how it worked out.
Definitely will. Absolutely. All right. Thanks. Have a good weekend.
Cheers.
Happy Friday.
Yay. And
that's awesome. Yeah. I'm ready for salsa. I love to can salsa.
Look at you. See, I said that the other day. You're setting high bars. When I was talking about buying those frozen meatballs, and you were over there saying, "Oh, I take my hamburger and all the." Oh, Laura, stop.
We've got all of the strawberries from the FFA.
Yeah,
they delivered this week.
What are you doing with those? Are you making?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. The boys has been eating them in their lunch and everything, so I don't have a whole ton left of them because they really went through them this week. But
they're so good for you too.
I know. I was thinking, I really wanted to make like a strawberry jam or something, but I'm not going to have enough to do that.
No, those boys are. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe a strawberry pretzel salad.
Oh, those are delicious. Oh yeah. What about a strawberry shortcake?
Oh yeah, they're delicious
Laura,
too. And I have an angel food.
Yeah, do the sponge cake and put some. Yeah, I have a really okay. A little fun fact about Becky. Okay, a lot of my recipes have 3 ingredients. Remember?
Oh, I know. Remember, you're the queen of it. Yeah.
After 3 ingredients, we don't need it. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. If you need more than 3, just add more of one of the 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's just real easy. Just take your angel food cake, okay, bake it, and then crumble it up, and then put cream cheese, and then you take your what's your strawberry, like the jelly stuff. What's that?
The glaze.
Yeah, the glaze. Put some strawberries in that glaze, put it on top, and then put some whipped cream. Am I over 4? Maybe I'm over 4. Wait, you have your Well, wait, you'd have your, maybe there's a 3.5 ingredient, okay?
Oh,
Put Cool Whip or whatever topping on the top,
yeah.
put it in the refrigerator, and your family, you'll be a queen. My family, that goes just like that. I mean, it's gone.
Sounds good.
It's so good. So, I mean, so actually, like if you want to go a little healthier, the angel food cakes are a little healthier.
They're not.
They're you're a little healthier there. I know somebody's thinking, no, somebody's yelling at them. But it is, because you've got your egg whites and stuff. So
they're not terrible.
Yeah, so you have that, and then your strawberries are going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, like the Cool Whip or whipped cream, on a lot of your, needs, your dietary needs, are not too bad.
Yeah.
And your so, I mean, well, and I guess you could take hang on, let's do this. If you want to go a little different route, instead of, what are you calling it? What's the jelly? What did you call it? The spread? What's that stuff? In the bag?
The gel. The gel. You've got me
that
confused
stuff.
now.
Well, I know I will, and I know hanging out with me will make you that way, hon. I promise, Laura. You know that. But the gel, if you wanted, okay, so let's say that you wanted to X-nay the gel, you could take your strawberries and mash them up and get like that goop, the strawberry like the sauce, or what do you call it, like the strawberry, like the liquid.
Oh yeah, like the juice.
Yeah, and then you could just pour that over your angel food cake and then your Cool Whip. So that would be a little bit of a lighter side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So now we've got your strawberry. Now, hang on, or just strawberries and Cool Whip. I mean, you can't beat it, Laura. Strawberries and chocolate. There's so many ways you could play this.
Absolutely.
Just strawberries. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's what they've been doing for their lunch.
They're so good for you. Strawberry salad. Oh, love those. Yeah. So there's some great things. Yeah. Watch me. I'm showing you how to eat your strawberries.
Hey,
Yeah. Sounds good to me. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So just call me whenever you're ready.
Okay.
I'll bring
I
the
can do
coffee.
that.
I'll bring coffee over.
I knew it.
We're on to the 11th day of March, marching right along here. I do want to say last night I got up there to Indianapolis. It was fun time. The Big Ten, yes. I would love to have been at the IU game. Couldn't get there that early. Had too much going on during the day. But IU rock stars up there. Yeah. How awesome was that? Yeah. Everybody was talking about that game. They were like, best game. And I was like, I know. But I couldn't get up there. Kind of got a lot of other things going on. But definitely. Don Fisher was a lot of fun to listen to yesterday. He did a great job. So, yeah, Big Ten going on. Awesome. So, let's see here, and we'll have more Big Ten action going on today. Today is Dream Day.
Ooh.
Well, I was trying to think. You may say you're a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I was trying to think. Do you catch yourself dreaming?
Just depends. I think the dreams that I remember are when I'm more overwhelmed.
Yeah. Probably a lot going on. Yeah, when your mind's racing. Yeah. Johnny Appleseed Day. It's got a big old apple. I love a big old apple or a big apple.
Dip them in peanut butter.
Oh, Laura. Yes.
So good. So good.
Yes.
It's like a meal.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Middle name Pride Day.
Ooh.
And you are Laura
Elizabeth.
I love that. I knew that. I love that. I love that.
And you are Rebecca.
Lynn. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. National 311 Day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Because a lot of times,
info.
Yeah. People don't realize that that's available on that.
Absolutely.
National Preschool Day. Preschoolers love preschool. Their little minds and what they're thinking, and so cute.
And it's fun to just watch them walking, because you can tell the ones that mom has picked out the outfit and the ones that are determined to dress themselves.
I love that.
And I just love it.
Yes.
I love it to see
I know
how their little minds work. I just love that.
Yep, I love that too. And and just watching their eyes light up, and so
absolutely.
This is also National Promposal Day.
Ooh,
yeah, you've got one going to the prom.
I do.
Has there been a promposal, or?
I don't know.
Okay, promposal. Yeah. I don't think when we were in school, Laura, there was promposals. No, that didn't happen. But now everything's changed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one of my daughters had someone they went to the prom with, and he was pretty cool. He took in the driveway in our yard and put signs all over. I mean, that was a lot of work.
Cute.
Yeah, like he had to drive in the stakes, or what do you call it? Like, because it was the ground's hard.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
This is not this year.
Yeah.
It's been several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was kind of cool, and that was when I started learning about that. You know,
Yeah, I had no idea it was a thing.
it's kind of cute too. Kind of cute, a lot of work, but
Yeah.
kind of cute. Oatmeal nut waffles day. I think that'd be delicious.
It sounds delicious.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
not
in.
tried that.
World Plumbing Day. Have you ever had to be a plumber yourself? Yeah.
More than I care.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I always say when I retire,
How are you gonna be?
I'm
one?
going to write a book.
Oh, there you go.
And
There
I
you go.
can probably do,
Yeah.
just from my long-term care experience,
Oh.
an entire chapter on different plumbing difficulties and the
love that.
things that have been found.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, having 6 daughters and me, and we
Ladies,
have so many. You got to remember, we have a lot of hair. We
Yeah.
have thick hair, a lot of hair, and you can imagine
Absolutely.
the drains,
Oh,
all
I
that
bet.
hair.
Poor
and
Greg
that's-
probably
it's so
just-
good. Well, Greg and Becky. yeah. Things. It was. Yeah. It's like ew. Oh, I mean, like it's stuff that's
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Looks like you pulled an eel
I
out.
need to apologize right now. Anybody eating breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully they don't have that
Sorry.
visual. Get that visual out.
Ugh.
Okay. Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the time. Okay. And let's see here. Worship of tools. What's that one tool that you just love to use?
Probably the hammer.
Oh, I do too. Yeah. Give me a
Because,
hammer and a
you
nail.
know, I'm
light
at
up.
home
Yeah.
of males,
Yeah.
and I kept griping because I always kept a little hammer in the drawer where we keep the trash bags, the extra trash bags.
Okay.
It's constantly gone.
Oh.
So they was being smarties one year and got me my own pink tool kit
Yes. How cute.
for Christmas.
I love that.
Fantastic gift. So every time I see them with a pink tool, I'm like, that is mine. Go put it back.
There you go.
That is
Don't
mine.
be
Go
touching
put it
the
back.
pink stuff. That's right.
So yeah,
I love
it's a
that.
running joke who's going to use the pink tools.
Yeah. Well, like I look at tools and I'm thinking, you look pretty awesome, and I think I could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I could do that. You know what I mean?
And then it's a bad deal sometimes.
Yeah, like if you. Here's what I have trouble, like a drill.
Oh,
Okay, let's
yeah.
say you have the drill.
Getting it started.
Okay, that's it.
Yes.
And how? Okay, and what's amazing
not
to
the
me
only
how?
one.
And I know. Okay, hang on. Am I right on this? There's like a little magnet on the end of the drills that, like, if you have a screw, that like will kind of do that. Okay, but I don't know why the magnet doesn't hold for me. So like from the drill in the right hand to the screw in the left hand, and you go to put that in
And
there
it
like
just
that,
falls off.
and it falls down.
Yes.
And then I'm like,
and sometimes it's crooked when I do it.
oh, have
And
mercy, yeah.
The kids and everybody makes fun of me because I'm left-handed, and they're like, "Mom, you put it in there wrong.
Yeah,
Look at
well-
that; it's all crooked." I'm like, "Well,
If it's crooked, okay, then
It
if it's
works.
tilted, like I always think of it like being better, you'd hang better, right?
they're generally tilted down though because I'm
I know,
short and I'm
but
trying
that's
to put
okay.
it up."
It's okay.
No, because
Tilt
then it just slides off. Because I like tilt them down. I don't know.
I don't know.
It should be tilted like kind of up so it'll hold it still
Yeah,
and it's not
yeah.
sliding off.
Yeah. But like there's like a self of accomplishment when you do it. You know what I mean? But it's like I can't get that. I don't know where that magnet. And then when you have to ask for help, they walk over and they just completely just for some reason that just magnetizes to that and goes right in. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what happened between. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like things that blow your mind.
Absolutely.
Things that okay.
Mhm. I thought those little hand saws would be kind of cool too.
Oh yeah. No.
Those are terrible. I think I had a dull one though. I'm gonna just be
Yeah.
honest. I think I
See,
needed
there's a
new
big
blade.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
There's a big difference in that. Yeah.
this does not work the way it looked like it would work when you use it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I just wanted to make a cute little wreath.
well,
and
I'm
it
going to
didn't
say
work
that
out.
okay, so I'm going to switch gears. So that's the hammer, which I agree. I do like the hammer. I'm going to say my favorite tool is a curling iron. Okay. Or my straightener.
Well, I
Yeah,
was
those are my
thinking,
favorite.
like-
So that is my tool. There's my toolbox right there. Okay. And I'm good in that. Okay. All right. Mr. White cannot outdo me on that one. Okay. I can pull strong on that. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
something.
I'll do the dance of joy over here. I've got that one mastered. Okay, I don't have to have no magnetic screw with that.
That's terrible.
Drill,
laser point, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know how to even use this.
And you hear that zoot, zoot, zoot. You know, I'm quiet with mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get mine. Yeah, mine's quiet. Unless I burn myself, then it might be something. Might be some noise then.
Yeah.
All right. So also, okay, switching gears here. A man. Now listen to this one. Tell me this. Have you ever oh my goodness, a man accidentally ate a Cadbury cream egg that may have been worth $13,000. I'd be sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the story. Okay. The makers of Cadbury cream eggs have been running a Willy Wonka style promo in the UK, where you can win 10,000 pounds, about $13,000, if you find a special egg that's half chocolate and half white chocolate. Have mercy. Okay, so they hid about 150 of them in various stores around the UK. Only 6 are worth that much, though. The rest are worth lesser amounts. They look normal until you unwrap them, and there's a number inside you have to call to see how much you want. Now, some guy claims he found one the other day and ate it without knowing about the contest and threw the wrapper away in a random place.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I know.
I ate one too, and I want my money.
Yeah.
Right or wrong.
I need to buy some more strawberries.
Absolutely.
I need to buy some more strawberries. I want my money.
Yeah. I made sure it was the $10,000 one too.
Call him out, Laura. You ain't taking it today, are you?
No, I don't
calling
believe
him out
that.
on that.
If they allowed that, then everybody would be doing it,
that's
right or
hilarious.
wrong.
I can see Noah and Dakota.
Yeah,
I ate that, and I need my money.
But the problem is, they probably would eat it and not pay any attention. And
No,
I'd be like,
I
was waiting to get my
I
money.
could see Laura. Those boys would get
They
you
would.
anytime. Yeah,
They
you would have your $13,000 that you were supposed to get, and those boys would have eaten.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be like, where did they go? I'd have to lock it in a safe or something. Just
so now the game.
It.
Now the guy claims he found one the other day, and they don't know him about the way. Okay, hang on. Sorry. Now he says that he heard about the contest a few hours later, and never went back to get the wrapper. Well, shame on you. If it's $13,000, I'd be dumpster diving.
Absolutely, I would be in there.
$13,000, you'll see feet up.
Absolutely,
dumpster diving.
I'll come out with whatever all over me and be like, "Found it! I'm
$13,000. Here we go." He would have dug through the trash to find it, and there was no guarantee he'd win big money. So we'll never know. Oh, well, I would not lay my head down on the pillow unless I tried.
Absolutely.
Right? Even if he did go back through that, he might not be very much. But you know what? $5 is $5. You know what I mean?
Might have paid for itself.
Exactly. The rules on the Cadbury's website say you are not allowed to eat the egg. Oh, and he did eat the egg. Okay. It said that, quote, a picture of not eating your winning egg may be required to cash it in. So you have to have the picture without the eaten egg. So, and remember, and I don't know if we'll have it this year, but remember the number one way to eat a bunny is this. Everyone starts with the ears.
Yes.
Remember that?
Absolutely.
The ear bite. I love that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Hidden Valley made here, this is different. Yesterday was National Ranch Dressing Day. Do you guys eat ranch?
Oh, absolutely.
I would think every family does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, the kids dip everything in ranch.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. And it makes everything good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've even seen them dip it in pizza crust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, used to you'd have I'm going to say it, marinara.
Marinara sauce.
Okay, my house says it funny all the time, so now I can't even say it right. Marinara.
Oh.
You know, my group say it. Okay, now they've got that stuck in my head. Okay, I know.
No.
Yes.
Whoops.
Yeah, I know.
Just say pizza sauce.
Yeah, pizza sauce. There we go.
Yeah.
Yesterday was National Ranch Day. Okay, and the people at Hidden Valley Ranch have been teasing a big announcement, something to do with ranch dressing and carrots called CARATS, which were, you know what that means. Turned out they made an actual diamond out of ranch dressing, and they're selling it on eBay to benefit the charity Feeding America. If anybody wants to buy me that diamond, I would be very happy. Right, Laura? Okay, they took the ranch dressing, burned it. Okay, this is how they did it. Okay, this is cool. They took the ranch dressing and burned it at 2,500 degree oven, kept it under 400 tons of pressure for 2 months. Wow. Somebody's really had to plan this out.
Absolutely.
And turned it into a 2-carat man-made diamond. They used the diamond for an engagement ring, and now they're selling it. It has an inscription with the initials HVR.
Hidden Valley Ranch. That's awesome.
And I know, I love this. And actually, okay, it has HVR and LVR, which is Hidden Valley Ranch Lover.
How cute is
That's
that?
adorable. Okay, if you go to theranchddiamond.com, it sends you to the eBay page. Last we checked, the top bid was $11,000. So if that guy would have won his $13,000,
he could have bought the Ranch Lover ring.
I know.
How?
It's right now $11,000, and the auction runs through next Thursday. Oh, that'll be up. That'll go crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They came up with it after someone used a custom bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch to propose on Valentine's Day last year. So with all that postponed weddings and engagements going on, they wanted to give someone a chance to propose with a ranch diamond. I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And it's got a photo of it somewhere. Yeah, that's awesome. Good for them. Yay, that's pretty cool. I personally would just love to have that.
Well, yeah, right. I think it would be neat.
Yeah. So the Major League Baseball lockout's over.
I've seen that.
So now I feel more. I didn't want to hear, like, remember when so we have the Cincinnati Reds, which love them.
Absolutely.
And working hard with them right now. All systems go, green lights. Well, they've been green lighting. We've been talking back and forth. But then I signed with the White Sox now up in Chicago. So let the games begin. So we'll be sending some people to Chicago
for that
to go to the games. Yeah. I'm really happy about that too. So I didn't want to talk too much about it because everybody's like not being very nice about baseball right now.
Yeah.
But game on.
It's ready.
Let's do this. So okay. Also another major poll to start off your morning. That actually a major poll found Americans are more stressed than ever. 87% of Americans say their mental health has been greatly affected by the, quote, constant stream of crisis without a break. The top things we're stressed about include inflation, gas prices, and the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. It says it's not uncommon for a majority of Americans to feel stressed out, but it's rare to see them this stressed out about all these things at once. So that's where you have to figure out something to get away from that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. Whether it's not watching the news every day, keeping informed, but not.
You know, I stopped watching the news when my husband was deployed and the boys was little because I didn't, back then they got the news before the families did, and I didn't want, my kids to have to worry. And I never started back watching the news. I will always check the weather. I will read, an article or something, kind of the highlights of what's going on.
Right.
But I don't let myself sit and dwell on that. I can't. I always just limit it, quick check. I don't, if it's a story that interests me, then I will read a little more in depth. But as far as, constantly having the news on or constantly, I just don't, I don't let myself go there.
I think you have to protect yourself. And if it's too much and if it's getting a little much, then that's where you have to find, that's where you have to find other things to, whether picking up the phone and calling someone, going to visit someone, or going for a walk, working out.
Getting ready for gardening.
You just have to do things like that to go a different route.
Absolutely.
And I think everybody has to be, you have
to find what's right for you, but
you can't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Absolutely.
And so that's where you just have to, go a different route. Yeah. So,
I agree.
and that was something that I was always raised. Find your humor, find something to entertain you.
Yes.
You know what I mean, and something that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things out there.
Absolutely.
And if weather happens to be, if you are a weather watcher, we're currently 35 degrees. We're supposed to get up to 46 today. Not bad.
Ooh, I don't know that we're gonna make it.
I don't know. With all this hot air going on around here.
I know.
Yeah. So I'm in Indy last night. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go to Indy, I freeze.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's the 4th of July weekend. I'm cold.
It's cold. Yeah.
Indy, for whatever reason, I just deemed it as being cold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had a suit on that I already had on earlier in the day, so I just kept it on because I went from one meeting to on up, and so I got up there, and all I had was a overcoat.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I had that, and I kept thinking, okay, this is not going to be good. You know what I mean? I need some wool. I need a big wool coat. You know,
Yeah.
This is like, I'm not gonna, But I tried to do mind over matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I even mind over matter walked to the Circle Square, which is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and they've got a big Big Ten right there, and they've got the brick street. Yeah. It's really pretty. Mm-hmm. So I handled that like a champ. So I kept thinking, okay, you're doing it. You got this. You got this. This is all going in my mental mind. You know what I mean? Mind over matter. Mind over matter. You're warm. Then right next to me, we're crossing the street, and there's a Michigan guy, hands. I cannot make this up. T-shirt, short sleeve T-shirt, and shorts.
Oh wow!
But I'm thinking you got to remember, Michigan. This is a walk in the park for them. So I'm thinking, okay, if he can do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're from Indiana, then we better suck it up, Buttercup. I better get with it.
Absolutely.
I better get with the program. You know what I mean? Quit being, you know what I mean? It was time for me to quit being a baby and suck it up. So then I thought, okay, I'm gonna be John Wayne Tough. I'm gonna do this. So I actually was able to take off my overcoat, and
I don't know that I could have took off my overcoat.
Yeah. Well, I waited till I got in.
I would have probably quit worrying where my wool coat was.
Yeah,
but
I tried. Well, if there would have been a blanket somewhere, I'd have had it. Okay, there was nothing. I didn't have anything. But when the Michigan guy stood next to me with the shorts on and T-shirt, I thought, okay, he can do it. I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought I need to quit being whiny. I was being whiny. It happens. Okay, so 35 degrees. Let's see here tonight, at 9 a.m. 37, 10 a.m. 39. Get that sunshine out. 11 a.m. 42, at noon 44. Let's see what we got going tonight. Here we go. Sunset's going to take place for anybody wanting that perfect sunset photo. 6:47 tonight. 7 o'clock. Here we come. Our snow. That's all right. We're going to take it, Laura. This is the way we roll.
I know.
We got to suck it up.
I know.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Remember, Michigan, shorts and T-shirts.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Like
I've realized this is where we live. This is what we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is.
I mean, we'll survive it. It'll be fine.
I know. I'm going to really do better. Yeah. It's like on my. You know how you try to improve yourself.
I was
trying to do better.
Preparing the kids. I'm like, listen. I have teenagers, so I'm like,
you better have food.
You
better have a lot of food.
to make sure you do what you need to do before you come home, because if it snows, I don't let them drive in the snow. Not without an adult with them.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. They have been learning, but they have not been allowed by themselves.
This is a good for Jeremy.
But I'm like, I'm making potato soup and cornbread, so that's what we're having for dinner. You need to prepare your mind for that as well, because I'm not making 10 meals. So, yes.
You have that in your strawberries. Oh, Lord.
Yes. That's my plan.
Let it snow.
Absolutely.
Why would you want to leave?
And I got plenty of coffee. I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
man.
golden.
Yeah. You better have a lot of groceries because you're boys.
Oh, absolutely. We always,
I think you always do that, right?
They'll be standing out in their shorts, grilling or something in the snow.
In the snow. Okay. So we are supposed to snow at 7 p.m., 50% chance, 60% chance at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Snow, 10, and we're going down 30. 11 p.m. will be 30. At midnight, nothing good happens after midnight. So I'll be home anyway. 28, 1 a.m. 27, 2 a.m. 25. Of course, this is all snow. 3 a.m. 22, 4 a.m. 20, 5 a.m. in the morning 19, 6 a.m. 17, 7 a.m. Oh, we're going down. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning 16. Sunrise is coming at 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. will be 16. So tomorrow our high will be 29. That'll be our high.
That's gonna be chilly.
That's gonna be very chilly.
Yeah.
That's colder than a cave.
Absolutely.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sunday the time changes.
Okay, that's what I
forget that.
need to remember. That. Oh my goodness. So we're robbed.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
I don't take that very well.
They're
I'm gonna have to
taking
have
our
some
heat and our time.
I'm gonna have to have some happy thoughts over here. Okay. I need.
You're gonna need that golden egg.
You need to tell me you like my shoes. You need to tell me you like my hair. I need some good positive. Throw my way, Laura,
See?
quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to be called sunshine.
Absolutely. You are sunshine. You're drinking in your
Well,
sunshine
when you call 10 other people that too, I don't feel. Yeah, I found that out, Laura. Although I was the only one, but not to find out there's 10 other people.
Does it not just make your day?
Yes, it makes my
better?
day. Yes, but knowing that there's 10 others that get called that didn't.
You have to share the sunshine.
Bust my bubble. Yeah, there's a.
You have to share the sunshine.
My bubble. Was
I will come up with a new one
No,
specifically for you.
Okay. Well, I think you just need to drop the other 9, and I'll keep that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you guys cannot be the
You
sunshine.
cannot be
okay?
sunshine.
Yeah.
How are you, Cloudy? Good morning, Cloudy.
Yeah, there you go. Or what is it? Or rain or whatever.
Yeah.
Or snow.
I'll
whatever.
just call it whatever the weather is.
Yeah, there you
aside
go.
From
Yeah,
sunshine.
but I'm sunshine always. There we go.
How are you? Cloudy
I
with a
need
chance
that
of
today.
rain.
I know, and that's another thing I need to suck it up, Buttercup. Okay, I need to. Yeah, here's things I'm going to work on. Okay, for my weekend.
Okay.
I'm not going to be whiny about. Okay, things I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be whiny about the weather. I'm not going to be cold whining. I'm not going to be cold, or I'm not going to whine about the time.
Uh-huh.
And we'll do good on that. I think those are my 2 major goals. I'm going to try to. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna whine about the time and the temperature because
I'm going to try not to.
do not like to be cold.
I'm bettering.
At all.
I'm bettering myself this weekend.
When I was getting dressed this morning, I'm digging through my sock drawer to find my thick socks because I didn't want my feet to be cold.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
these don't really match my outfit, but no one's gonna see them anyway, so I'm just gonna wear them because I don't want to have cold feet.
Yeah, cold feet are really. It's not a good thing.
No, I feel just frozen.
Yeah,
if
it
my
is.
feet get cold.
It's not good. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the winter storm warning begins. It has been issued for portions of the area, and looks like we could get 3 to 5 inches. Which the winter advisory also continues to the rest of the area. So 1 to 3 inches. So we could get 1 to 5 inches. Who knows? So
Who
we'll
knows?
see. Time will tell. I do want to say though, and please, I do have to give a lot of. We have really been on point with our weather.
Yes.
I mean, that has been a blessing. And years ago, Laura, we did not have access to all that. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
So that's a huge blessing.
And a huge shout out to our city, county, and state highway people because
they
they've
do a
already
great
been
job.
brining these roads, and
You are so
they
right.
are ready. They
You're right.
have been ready for a couple days, and it does not go unnoticed. I appreciate it.
I agree. You're totally right. And they're up at 1, 2, 3. While we're laying our head down on a pillow, they're out and about.
We'll be snuggled
and
under
it can
our
be
warm
dangerous.
blanket.
Those big trucks can be dangerous, you know?
Absolutely.
So they have degrees of difficulty too. So yeah, definitely very thankful.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you brought that up. Also, the Lenten season is here, and the Lenten breakfast, of course, which I'm so happy they're having them, 8 a.m. Tomorrow or Saturday morning. Well, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, gosh, goodness.
Woo, it's Friday.
I know. We'll be at the Campbellsburg First Baptist Church. Anytime you've got a meal going on at Campbellsburg, it's going to be good.
Absolutely. Those ladies know how to cook.
Oh, lay it down. They do. So it's going to be at the First Baptist Church in Campbellsburg. That's at 265 West State Street in Campbellsburg. And that starts off the Lenten breakfast, March the 12th, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And if there is any cancellation, I'll put it up on my Facebook or website. But as of right now, all systems go, green light. But I don't know, if our weather.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Always, you have to say subject to
change.
Subject to change. Yep. So there we go. That's
absolutely
good. Making me hungry thinking about that. I can't get over the strawberries right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm coming over, Laura.
Hey, anytime.
Yeah. And then the apple with the peanut butter. Yeah, you got me.
Good stuff.
All right, there we go. All right, that's what we're going to focus our happiness on, right?
Absolutely. It can be cold. It can be snowy. We're going to focus on the strawberries. Focus on the apple.
Focus on it. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And that potato soup you just said.
Yum.
With cornbread.
Absolutely. My favorite.
Did you have to go there? Did you really have to
My
say all that?
favorite.
I know.
Thinking of that all day.
Yeah. That the at the tournament last night, the Big Ten tournament, they have got homemade pretzels.
Oh.
No, it's like yeah. Basketball pretzels and popcorn. I mean, really?
Yeah, it doesn't get any better.
No, it doesn't. All right, let's thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. We want to thank Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Purley Wealth Management.
Yay! Thank you to our great sponsors.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Oh, also, don't forget one more thing. The chili cook-off this weekend.
Yes.
Chili.
Yes.
Awareness, Washington
4
County.
to 7. Southern Hills Church.
Absolutely.
Yum.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I know. We don't have to cook.
Mm-mm.
Right. Happy Friday.
Elmira, Corydon, and Maringo's home for rock classics. 97.9, 97.9, WSLM. Two conservative, heterosexual, gun-toting, football-loving, evangelical Christian white men. In other words, the two most dangerous men in America. Rick and Bubba.
We're back 6 minutes past the hour. The Rick and Bubba Show, thank you for being with us. Where's the old Rick and Bubba Show going to be? Well, if you want to see the real Greg Burgess, Birmingham, Alabama, he's with you today. And the old home market. 11 to 1, Henry Hoover Auto Mall.